Here we go again. Now let's backtrack a bit. Whether you have seen or may have not seen, I did make a ghillie hood. There's a 3-part video of how I made this. Yeah, so that's sucker. So I did use this in the last Milsim and loved every minute of it, so I've decided to make a top to match the hood. On a side note, I did do a video on how I made this as well. That was really quick and easy, just to break, serrated all the edges to break up the lines. So that's a really easy piece of kit you can make up. And I just glued all this stuff on, all the scrim on. Alright, let's get to the main course. So what I've done, so I'll backtrack a bit. Actually, no, I won't backtrack. I'll just start with all the crap that I've got that I made. So I bought some hessian and I've spray painted it. So I've done that. I did have some of this camo netting and I've painted that as well. I'm not sure if I'll use this or not at this stage. So there's that. I'm just giving you a quick rundown of all the ingredients that I'm going to use. It's pretty much the same as the last ghillie project. An old uniform, some jute, some wool, some different colour jute, some scrim. That's an Ozcam scrim, and I've used a multicam scrim for the base. Now the reason I've gone for the base instead of like using a shirt and then putting a netting on it, I'm just going to go super simple, super extra lightweight. Now I've got some scrim. It's I think it's roughly, taking a guess, it's about 1 meter by 800, and I've just cut a hole out for the head, so I'm just going to wear it like a poncho. And all this netting, because this is all porous, so I'm going to use that for the anchor points to tie all the jute and all the other scrim crap. So that's where I'm at the moment. Got some of this nylon grassy looking stuff as well, and this plastic plant crap, I won't be using any of that. So that's pretty much what I'm dealing with. Got a few little zip ties. Now the biggest mistake I made so far was when I cut the hole for my head. Even though I did cut it small, because of the weight of this sitting on your shoulders, it actually pulls open like twice as big. So that's an easy fix though. So all I've done is just got a bit of paracord and just closed the gap, or even some zip ties, so my head just barely fits through it now. Now I'm leaving it long, and then I'll just cut it to suit as I go. So the next thing I'm going to do is start thatching all the jute and the scrim. I'll give you an example of, because this is how it came. This hessian stuff came just a complete blank, cut in squares. You can buy hessian bags from Bunnings, and I did buy some of this from Spotlight, but if you go to Bunnings you get way more for your buck. Yeah, so I've just rattle canned this with some Rust-Oleum And what I'm going to do is I'll just cut these to length, or to width I should say. And then put a couple of angle cuts in it to break up the shape on both sides. And then you just roll it in a ball. Alright, so I'll show you how, again, I've never done this before, so don't do what I'm doing. I'm not an expert or anything like that. I'm just having a go. So I'm just showing you what I'm doing. So I've got some jute here, and I've just threaded it, weaved it through that. I'm just gonna, this is the top, this is the bottom. I'm just going to simply tie that to the scrim and have the pleasure of doing that like 50 times. Yay. So once it's all finished, that'll all hang and should look the part. Alright, stand by. So this is another first for me, but I really enjoyed doing the hood, so I thought bugger it, I'll do a top shirt bit. So when you scrunch it up, and that really breaks up the shape, you can even make that worse. So if you have like, you know, 100 of those, plus this meshed into it, you know, a bit of scrim, I think it's gonna do the job. All right. So I'll start throwing some of these on, and then I'll come back to you. Alright, give you another update. So with this nylon fake grass, I'm going to call it fake grass, what I'm doing is cut a little piece off, and then I'll just thread it through. Tie a knot in it, then what you can do, you can either cut it down to so it doesn't look like it's even, but split the ends like this. Oops. Then scrunch it up. We'll give it more like a, I haven't done this one yet, I'll do this one too. Scrunch it up, make it look more like, you know, the real thing. There you go. So I've got to do a shitload of those, and a lot more colouring in with more scrim, but it's getting there. Alright, stand by.